I watched a movie last night. Restless is about an empty nester having to deal with her rambunctious, rude new neighbors. So the story follows Nikki, and her parents have recently passed, and they used to live next door. Therefore, there's an opening for a new tenant to come move in. And so they do, and they are just very rowdy, rave culture type people who party all night long with very loud, bassy music, and it's driving Nikki crazy. So the movie follows her trying to make peace with her neighbors so that she can get some freaking sleep. This movie was good. I like the story. I really like stories that have a main character pushed to their limits, because not only for like the story arc and things like that, but to see if the actor has what it takes to play like two characters in one, usually normally, because the character starts out like everything's fine, everything's cool, and then we slowly see their mental health deteriorate. And that's what's happening in this movie, because we see Nikki start off as like, oh, it's just new neighbors, like they're probably just having a welcome party in their house. And then we see how she goes from being forgiving to unforgiving to, I gotta do something about this, I can't stand it. So it was a nice arc to watch in this movie. This movie is from the UK, and I had a little bit of a hard time trying to figure out if this movie was going to be satirical or if it was a drama. It kind of teetered that line a little bit too much, where I couldn't figure out where I'm supposed to settle in, because it was funny at times, but then also it got really serious. And every time I was like trying to figure like, oh, okay, this is what this movie is going to be, it flipped. This movie does do a good job of keeping you on your toes, because you do not know what's going to happen. You do not know what Nikki's going to do to retaliate. And then you also don't know what the neighbor was going to do to her retaliation. And so it was constantly like this back and forth. And I will say the only thing I didn't like about this movie is I do wish it was darker. I do wish that it was a little bit more unhinged. I felt like they were being very polite in the way that Nikki was handling this, and I wish they would have just went like balls to the wall and Nikki would have just went absolute ape shit. However, the story and the way that they produced it did work. I based on what I saw from the trailer, just wish they would have just taken it a little bit further and maybe not have been so satirical and maybe pulled back a little bit on the jokes, because I honestly do feel like that the jokes in the movie, although they were funny enough, they were just ill placed, because where we should have been like super serious and super threatening and super like, whoa, they lightened it with a poop joke. Have you seen this movie? What'd you think about it? Please leave me a comment below. I'd love to read your opinion on this movie. I'm Hey Shantae, and what movie did you watch last night?